So we recently spoke about the movie It Ends With Us, which follows the character of Lily Bloom, played by Blake Lively, trapped in the cycle of an abusive relationship. And so this film has sparked conversation, again, about domestic abuse, what it looks like, what it feels like, and avenues to get out. Natasha Williams is a registered psychologist. She's here with advice on how you can escape what might seem like a hopeless situation and how to help others get out of an abusive relationship. Good morning to you.
Good morning, thank you.
Obviously, conversations about domestic abuse can be difficult. They are necessary conversations. So let's start with some of the signs that someone may be in an abusive relationship.
Right. The thing that's so important is that we have to understand that domestic violence is not just physical. So sometimes we see the obvious signs, such as, bruising or unexplained injuries, but we also have to notice that domestic violence can also be mental, it can be financial, psychological as well. So if we're noticing symptoms of anxiety or depression, complete sadness, social isolation, not spending time with family and friends, keeping to self, these are going to be some of the things that we would notice that would be signs of domestic violence.
If you see these signs, if you recognize these signs in somebody, what can you do?
So I think one of the first things that we can do is how do we open up a safe space so that that individual can feel safe enough to even talk about the subject, because it can be feeling like it's a taboo, that I'm not able to speak about this, or there's a lot of shame that can be attached to even speaking about it. So being able to create what we call a safe space as psychologists or therapists, and you don't have to be a therapist, but in order to do that, which means non-judgmental, making sure that this person can actually speak to those topics or those things that they're feeling without feeling that you're jumping into the conversation. So keeping it open and allowing that person to feel safe enough to speak.
What about if that person doesn't even recognize that they may be in this type of situation?
That part can be hard because it's difficult at times to actually think that, you know what, I am being abused, or that there is abuse happening. So I think being able to come from a place of loving and caring and being able to say, I am concerned for your health, I'm concerned for your well-being, and what does that look like? Do you have a safety plan? Is a lot of times we talk about those things as well. We just want to convey that, we want to convey empathy, we want to convey warmth, and that ability to say, I'm here if you need me.
And I love the language you're using right now, too. It's not a you are in this situation, it's a I am, it's
yes,
the I.
That's the piece as well, because if you keep on saying you, it ends up feeling very judgmental.
Absolutely.
So being able to say, these are the things that I'm seeing, and I am concerned for your health, I am concerned for your well-being. Please reach out to me if you need anything. And the person may not reach out right away, but at least they know that the door is open, that it's a safe space that is non-judgmental.
Is that support angle that we're talking about here?
Yes, absolutely. How do I create support for that individual, right? Because again, they're isolating. They would rather be by themselves. A lot of times, if you're able to now say, look, I'm here to support you, that would be great. So it's important as well.
We're looking at some of the ways to support on your screen right now, discuss the importance of safety plans, encourage speaking to trusted adults. I want to touch on that for a moment, too, because we know that domestic abuse is something that can affect everybody, including teenagers.
Yes.
Our younger group. A recent study by the Government of Canada shows that 44% of women ages 15 and older say they have experienced some form of abuse from their partners. So what are some of the specific challenges that teenagers face?
So with teenagers, they're just starting to navigate the whole notion of relationships. So they may not even know or understand what a healthy relationship is. So it's to encourage the information giving or information gathering for that teenager. This is what a healthy relationship looks like. These would be some of the signs of what not a healthy relationship is. So being able to provide that and to encourage a teenager to look for a trusted adult, whether it's, again, parents that can provide an open space, an open and non-judgmental space, and or teachers, principals, so someone who is trusted.
Lastly, I want to ask you, if somebody watching right now is in this type of relationship, what can they do?
So first of all, one of the most important things that they can do is to not feel shame. I think that's the big piece, because a lot of times there's this whole notion of feeling shamed because you're part of that or in that relationship. So that's the first thing. The second thing is to reach out for help, support services. There's places like hotlines and shelters.
Anonymous, you could call.
Anonymous, exactly. So you don't have to provide any identifying information. You have that ability to be anonymous and to get out safely. So I think some of those things will be so so important if they want to start that journey. And it is going to be a journey, but it's something that will be fruitful for the rest of their lives.
Pick up that phone and make that first step.
Absolutely.
Natasha Williams, we always appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.